there, and welcome along to this week's session. This is the pre-recorded one, and today is going to have a theme of self-love. And that's because at this time of year, it seems like everywhere you look, it's all hearts and flowers and all that sort of stuff. And that's great if you are in a relationship in a place where that feels like a good thing, but it can be quite a stressful and trying time for some people. And one of the things I just was reflecting on is the fact that yoga teaches us that the most important relationship that we have is the one that we have with ourselves. And that's what we're going to focus on in today's session. So we'll start, as always, sitting up nice and tall in a chair. If you're new to these sessions, then any kind of chair, something like a kind of dining room chair is great. Ideally one where you can sit up tall with your feet flat on the ground, but honestly any chair will do. So let's start then. And today, to begin, I'm going to invite you to bring your hands to your heart. So in the middle of your chest, one on top of the other. And then I just invite you to close your eyes and start to settle in. And take in a few nice deep breaths here. Maybe noticing the way that your chest rises and falls as you breathe. Maybe noticing the weight of your hands, the warmth of your hands on your chest. And maybe, if it's quiet enough where you are, you can feel your heart beating. And so using that heart as a symbol of love, I just want you to see today's short practice as a gift that you're giving to yourself. An act of love and care for yourself. Because you're here, you're breathing, you're alive, and you're loved. So let's take one more nice deep breath together, in and out. And then let's just drop the hands, ready to start some movement. So we'll start with a little cat-cow. So that's bringing the chest forwards, the head up, arching through the back, and then rounding through the spine and chucking the chin in. And I want you to think today about moving from that heart center, moving from the chest. So the chest being the thing that brings you down and the thing that brings you up, just letting the movement come from there today. And then once you get into the swing of going forwards and backwards, I'm going to invite you to start to bring it round into a circle as well. So we're coming forwards, leading with the heart, bringing that forwards, and then back, round and back. And it really is the chest here, this upper chest area, where the movement is coming from. Round, tucking the chin into the chest as you come back, and then lifting the chin up and just getting everything moving through the body. And then whichever way you're going, let's take it round in the other direction. You can really get your shoulders into it as well if you want to, but as I say, imagining that that movement is really coming from this upper chest area. Okay, let's take just a couple more rounds there. And then the next time you come to the front, let's make that the last one. So let's now come into a little side bend. So if you bring your left hand down somewhere on the seat beside you, just to help support you there. And we'll bring the right hand up, reaching up first of all, and then leaning over a little way. Just stretching out through the side of the body here. Reaching over, keeping that right hip planted down just to stretch all the way up. And then let's come back. And then let's take it over to the side. So left arm up this time, reaching it up first of all. And then over, keeping the left hip planted down. Reaching up and stretching through that arm, through that shoulder, the whole side of the body. And then bringing the arm up and down. So let's come up to standing now. And starting off, just standing well in mountain pose, taking the time to just set yourself up as an act of self-care. So maybe checking in with your feet, making sure that your weight's nicely balanced across both feet, the fingers, the toes, because toes are spread nice and wide. Then think about standing up tall, rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting up the head as if it was on a string to the top of your head. Maybe closing your eyes to see how it feels to be standing up here nice and tall. Then from here, I'm going to invite you to take a little open twist to each side. So start by bringing the arms out, a bit like the angel of the north. Maybe stretching the palms back a little bit, then coming into a sort of neutral position here. And then let's bend the knees a little bit so you're not jarring them. And let's turn the upper body and the arms, first of all, round to the left-hand side. It doesn't matter which way you go, we're going to go both ways. And then back to center. And then round to the right-hand side, or the other side, whichever way you've gone. And then back to center. We'll take that once more to each side. Turning to the left. So we're really opening up through the heart center here, opening ourselves to love. And then round to the other side. Right hand coming back. Reaching through those fingers. Then back to center. And then let's float those arms down. Maybe having a little bit of a shake out if they got tired when we were doing that one. Maybe having some circles of the hips or something as well, if that would feel good. Excuse me. So now let's take a downward dog using our chair. So let's come to standing behind your chair, or if your chair's on wheels or it's not a good height for this, maybe a table, or even you can use the wall for doing this as well. Hands on the back of the chair, and then walking the feet back, bringing the head in between the biceps if that works for your shoulders, but mainly thinking about the hips being the thing that's really pulling you back here. Stretching through the hips, through the back. If ever there was an act of self-care, I think this stretch is one of them. It really does give you a great stretch all the way through the whole body. And just remembering to breathe here. That breath is an act of self-care as well. And then let's walk it back up. And we're going to come back down to sitting. So coming towards the edge of the chair, getting your feet nice and flat on the floor. Now, those of you who have come to this session before might be able to guess what's coming next. I'm going to invite you to take the arms out again, a bit like we did before. Again, you can take them a little way back, first of all, if you want to. And then let's bring them in, wrap them around, and give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe walking the fingers a little bit further around your shoulders. no matter, just seeing what it's like. Hold yourself here. As I say, the most important relationship is the one that we have with ourselves. And there's also this, they say on aeroplanes you've got to put your own oxygen mask on before you help anybody else. And that's what we're doing here as well. So let's open out and let's really stretch out through those fingers, maybe wiggling them a little bit, and then coming back and crossing over the opposite way this time. So whichever arm was on top last time, we'll bring the other one on top this time. And maybe walking the fingers a little bit around, or maybe just really enjoying that stretch into the upper back. And as I say, noticing your hands on your body, seeing what it's like to hold yourself, even if nobody else is right now. And then let's open the arms out, let the hands float back down. So we're going to finish today by coming back to where we began. So I'm going to invite you to bring one hand on top of the other, on top of your heart. And then close your eyes. Just check in with how you're feeling after that session. And again, maybe noticing the warmth of your hands on your chest, the way that your chest moves up and down as you breathe. And maybe the way that your heart is beating. That tick-tock, always there for you. So let's take just a couple of deep breaths here. And then gently lower your hands, open your eyes. That's where we're going to end it today. I apologise if you're disturbed there by a cat meowing outside. There's a cat scratching at the door. So I better go and let them in. But thank you very much for sharing your time and energy with me. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you.